I'm Ali Canita. I'm a professional organizer and alignment coach at Clean Greenius. And I help people let go of their stuff, of their things, to be able to free up their spaces and welcome the life that they truly want for themselves. So, for this video, I'm just going to share with you my own decluttering and organizing journey. How did I start? So, I was living in our home, my parents, and I have four other siblings. And basically, I didn't really have my own space. I was sharing a room with my sister and my twin brother. Um, and yeah, I feel like at that time already I knew that there was this feeling in me that wanted to change the space. But what really triggered my own decluttering and organizing journey was when my best friend invited me to a flea market. So there, we were able to sell stuff, our own stuff that we do not need anymore. But I kind of expanded it further to selling stuff of my dad's, the things lying around at home that are not really being used. And because of that, I was able to raise some money for myself for my own gimmicks or even to buy new stuff for myself. So that experience actually helped me realize that, there are things that are surrounding you that you can actually exchange it to something that you want. So for me, it was to exchange it with money, but at the end of it all, it was for me to be able to experience new things because with money, I was able to buy myself a ticket for a movie. I was able to buy new sets of clothes or whatever. So whatever it is that I truly wanted. But that time, I think we were splurging on pizzas and different kinds of food. But yeah, that was basically my first real experience of decluttering and exchanging the items for cash. And then I think the biggest thing that happened to me was when I was 26 years old, and I chose or I decided to leave the country because I was offered a position abroad in Malaysia that allowed me to live there by my own. So that was my first ever time to have my own space. I was renting a studio unit in Kuala Lumpur. Um, and because of that experience, I realized that, I can actually create my own space. But then, because I had a huge space compared to what I had before, when I was younger, I was filling it up with so many clothes. I think it was like my way of coping with sadness. Right after I go to work, most of the time I go shopping, or even during weekends, I would always go shopping because shopping is crazy in KL. Um, but then I also realized that, I can actually buy this so that I can live more healthy. Like, I remember, well, I still have it until now. I moved into 2012 when I was 26, turning 27. And yeah, I bought myself this blender so that I can create my own smoothie, things like that. So it was really me experiencing myself, experimenting, and actually it was mainly me surrounding myself based on my life stage. So I was single, and then I basically can do whatever I want in my own space. And so I was able to put bits and pieces of the things that actually make me feel happy or make me feel joy. And it was also when I was living alone that a friend gifted me with Marie Kondo's book. So it's actually a very instrumental in my own decluttering and organizing journey because that book helped me become more conscious of what I surround myself. But I was implementing it or using it more for my work because I guess that time my headspace was mostly all about work. So I was starting to choose activities that spark joy for me, things like that. And then eventually, I was able to also apply it in my own space. However, I wasn't able to apply the whole thing. And then it led me to read a lot more books. I came across Gretchen Rubin, I came across The Minimalist, Joshua Becker, and so many other books. And what also helped me with my decluttering and organizing journey was my change in life stage. So after a few years, I got married, and then my husband moved with me. And then when he moved in with me, I also had to move to another city. So from KL, we moved to Penang, Malaysia, a very island. It's a very tropical place. It's an island in Malaysia. Um, and there I had a huge space, like times four of my studio unit, because I wanted friends to come over most of the time. Um, and so because of the huge space, I also accumulated a lot. Imagine, like I had a walk-in closet and was always filling it with clothes, and I didn't feel like I had a lot of clothes because the space couldn't be filled up. Like I still have space for whatever. And so I kept on buying, and because I wasn't really intentional on what I wanted to surround myself, and I wasn't really so conscious about how I was accumulating those things, because my mindset was I always want to buy a new pair of coat, blazer, or whatever that makes me feel confident when I'm at work, because my headspace is always all about work. And so most of the things I was surrounding myself with, even with the books that I read, are always related to business, strategy, marketing, because that was how I was, kind of defining myself. And so the things that are like in terms of schedule and in terms of the things that I was doing is always related to work. And then that time I was like living for the weekend. Like we will kind of YOLO every weekend. Um, and so it was that, like it was just a cycle of working, and then enjoying during the weekend, and then working, until I realized that that I felt tired, and then wanted started thinking about a big picture. And so that was the time that we came home, back home. And it was also the time that I became pregnant. And we eventually moved back to the Philippines. And then, so moving from that huge space to a smaller space here in Manila, in Taguig, it was crazy. So that was like the major um, milestone in my decluttering and organizing journey. I had to slowly let go of the things that I do not need anymore because of change in lifestyle, and also because of the change in life stage. Life stage meaning that I was pregnant already, I'm not single anymore, we're not in our honeymoon stage anymore, and we're starting to build a family. So the things um, that we are about to use next will be things that we need as we build a family. And I guess it slowly through my journey, I became very intentional of what I wanted to surround myself with, because I wanted to really be able to be successful in that particular stage. And also the lifestyle also changed, because it wasn't like how it was before, that in terms of surroundings, it was all nature, island, but here in Manila, it was way different. So we had our folding beach chairs. So our folding beach chairs also had to go because we didn't have place for that anymore. And I realized it was starting to rot already. So that's why there were things that I realized that I needed to let go slowly. And so there were weekends that were always selling stuff. I remember doing like flea market, or bazaar here where I live. And there will be weekends that I will be able to sell 10,000 peso worth of stuff, or even like 15,000 peso worth of stuff, because I was, I had it in me that, these are things that can be used by other people. And so I was exchanging it again for cash. So it was my main motivation, I guess, with decluttering, was being able to exchange it with money so that I can use it for something else. Um, so that was it. So I guess I started because I needed money at that time. But slowly, I realized that, I am becoming more intentional with how I want to live my life, and also become intentional with what I wanted to surround myself with. And so it opened up to so many things, like me being able to have clarity as one of the benefits of decluttering. And healing is another one, because as I let go of things, I am able to close chapters. And I'm also able to set myself at peace, and for a particular memory that I was trying to connect with a particular thing. So that, I think that would be our next session, the video. I'm going to share with you what are the different benefits that I experienced as I went through my decluttering and organizing journey. So I hope it was something that was also helpful for you. Some people would say that they're just fed up with all the clutter and just started. Some people were inspired. Some people were definitely needing some cash, I guess. Like me, when I was young, I needed cash for my gimmicks and things like that. So, but I guess some people just wanted to be able to have that clarity and sense of peace at home. So, I shared last time where to start or how to start. So you can go back to that video. Yeah, I guess thank you. And I'll share with you how I was able to build this business, also perhaps in the next video. Thank you, and I hope to connect with you soon. Thanks and bye.